Hi, welcome to another episode of Webcam Sessions. This week we're going to take a look at the first part of the song, Can't Help Falling in Love, to learn how melody lines are the most important parts of songs and how it's really important to pronounce them more than filler notes. So I'm going to play a little bit of this song so that you can hear what we're going to be working with. It's sort of like a Travis Picking-esque style, and the first part of the song sounds something like this. Now, as I'm playing this, you'll notice that I'm giving the melody line and the harmony lines, or the filler lines, a difference in volume, right? The reason for this is whenever we have lyrics to a song, in this case the words "wise men say, only fools rush in," it's very important that those notes are separated from all of the others. Otherwise, it becomes a very washed out type of sound. To kind of show an example of this, I'm going to play that exact same thing again, but I'm going to treat every note exactly the same. And you'll notice how the melody kind of gets washed out and it doesn't sound as good. That would be something like this. You'll notice that doesn't sound nearly as good as the first one. And again, it's because it's harder to distinguish the melody in that second run through. So the way that we sort of apply this is whenever we're working on a song that's more of a chord melody style similar to this, or fingerpicked, it doesn't even matter the techniques that are used. Whenever there would be a word or a lyric that should be sang, we want to make sure that we're playing those notes with a little bit more volume and a little bit more pronunciation to ensure that the listener is picking up those as the more important notes. If we look at the very first measure here, we'll see it goes wise and men. On wise, we have these two notes played, and on men, we have these two notes played. Now those notes are going to create the melody of the song, because the melody is going and then to say, right? But the other notes that are listed there, the 0 on the C, the 2 on the G, the 0 on the C, the 0 on the C, the 2 on the G, and the 0 on the C, are all examples of filler, or kind of little harmony lines that are going to help flesh out and make the arrangement sound better, but only if their volume has a difference to the one of the melody, right? So let's go ahead and try playing this together now. And let's try making sure that we play wise louder. And to play this, I'm going to be using 4-finger picking, which means I'm going to assign 1 finger per string. Looks something like this: thumb on the G string, index on the C, middle on the E, and ring on the A. For more information on this style of finger picking, check out the workshop I did with Ukulele Underground in the description below. So I'm going to start with an F chord, my middle finger here on 2 of the G, index here on 1 of the E, and I'm going to play those 2 notes with my thumb and middle finger. And when I play this, I want it to be a little bit louder than the next notes I'm going to play. Now, the 0 on the C and the 2 on the G and the 0 on the C that come next, I'm going to try to play a little bit softer. So louder on the word wise, and a little softer on the next ones. Then we go to men, and when we play men, we're going to remove our index finger. We're going to add our ring finger to the 3rd fret of the A string, and we're going to play the E and the A strings together with our ring and middle fingers on our playing hand. Play that a little bit louder because, again, there's lyrics there. Men. Then we're going to play the 0 on the C, 2 on the G, and 0 on the C a little bit quieter. So the whole measure is something like. Pretty cool, right? Now, again, the reason for this lesson is not just for this song, but for any song that you're working on, right? Anytime you're looking at a chord melody, it's really critical to be able to identify what the melody is so that you can make that a little bit louder. This is one of the #1 mistakes that people make when they're learning a song from a tab or whatever else, is they treat all of the notes with equal importance, when in reality, the notes that have the lyrics are more important. And funny enough, when we're playing a solo like this on ukulele, we can't actually sing it. I mean, we could if we sang it, but we can't sing it through the ukulele, right? There's no way to say the word wise on a ukulele, unless we got a talk box, but we'll do that another time. We can't do it, right? We can't sing the word wise while playing the notes on the uke. I mean, we could sing it, but we can't sing it with the uke. And so it's really important for the listener to still be able to distinguish those melody notes from those filler notes. And our best tool for that tends to be volume, and making a differential there of the melody being louder and the filler notes being softer will really help that. So let's go ahead and take a look at the next measure. The next measure here, we're on the words say and only. Now when we play the say here, we're going to play a D minor chord, and we can play that D minor with our middle finger here on 2 of the G, our ring finger here on 2 of the C, and our index finger here on 1 of the E. We're going to pluck the C and the E strings together for the word say, so that's going to use your index and middle fingers of your playing hand. And then we're going to have 3 filler notes, the G string, the C string, and the E string. So really important, play the say, those 2 notes, louder, and then the filler notes a little bit softer. Then we have only. We're going to take our pinky, place it on 3 of the E, and we're going to play that nice and loud because, again, that's a melody note. Om, and then li is going to be the open A. And now let's go ahead and go right into the next measure, which will start with a B flat chord here. But you'll notice on this B flat chord, we never actually play the G string. So we can do only 2 fingers on this B flat. Take your middle finger, your index finger, bar it across the first fret of the E and the A strings. Then take your middle finger and place on the second fret of the C string, just like that. Then we're going to play the A string for the word fools, a little bit louder because, again, it's the melody. Then we're going to play the E, C, E, a little bit quieter because it's filler. Then for the next half of a measure here, we're going to take off the middle finger. You'll see it says an F chord there, but we don't need to play the full F because we never play the G, so we just need our index finger to come off the A string to just be there on 1 of the E. Play the open A for the melody note, so a little bit louder. Rush, then E, C, E. So starting with the word only fools rush, it sounds something like this. And then to finish it all off, we have in, and we're just going to take our ring finger, place on the 3rd fret of the E string, and strike the E string and C string together using your index and middle fingers on your playing hand. Pretty great, right? Let's go and try from this top all the way through that, and let's make sure that we're thinking about the melody notes as we're playing them. And a really great tactic is to say or sing the melody notes as you're playing them. It can really help acknowledge their being there because it's so easy to just kind of have all of these notes on the tab blend together. So let's go and try this together now. So we have wise, men, say, only fools, rush, in. Pretty great, right? So if you want to learn more about this song, I've got a full tutorial I did of this song that you can check over at my YouTube page, which will be linked down in the description below. It'll go all the way through the song, and we go up the fretboard and lots of other cool fun stuff. But I thought it was important to make a webcam sessions talking about the importance of melody, because again, if you end up just playing all of the notes evenly, the sound kind of gets lost and it never really sounds like the song. In fact, the number one thing that happens when people sign up for lessons is if they're trying to learn a new song, they find a tab of it online and then they'll send me a message saying, it sounds nothing like the song. And oftentimes that's because when you're learning a song, you have to play it really slow. And when you're playing it really slow, you tend to give equal importance to all of the notes because you're trying to get the muscle memory to be able to play them. And when that happens, the melody gets lost because, well, if I play this first part really, really, really slow, it sounds like this, right? That doesn't sound like Can't Help Falling in Love, right? And the reason for that is because when you're working on something slower, it's easy for the melody to get lost. It's easy for those harmony notes to start sounding like the melody, and that fogs everything. So it's important to trust whatever you're working on is going to be correct. And it's also important to make sure that you know exactly what those melody notes are so that you can pronounce them. And I think if I say it again, it'd be one too many. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this webcam sessions and had fun playing with this tune. Again, if you want to check out the full arrangement, the link is down in the description. I can't believe we're already 60 episodes in. It blows my mind. So thank you for all the support watching these videos. Be sure to like and share it with anyone that you think might want to work on Can't Help Falling in Love or get some more practice with their melody playing. And I'll see you guys next week for another episode of Webcam Sessions.